Wow, y'all, with all the videos right now, and rightfully so, there should be videos on all this stuff. With the 1 year anniversary of the October 7th Nova attack in Israel, and then the devastation from Hurricane Helene in the North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee's, Northern Georgia um, areas. I went outside, our grandchildren were here recently, went outside and was once again reminded that for my area, this is a very heavy acorn fall, which I thought I knew the distance like every 3 years or whatever, but this year, because I thought last year was going to be a heavy fall, this year is a heavy fall of the acorns. And so after everyone left and I had a few minutes to myself and I was taking care of putting a panel back on my hoop area, hoop shelter down in my orchard area where I used to keep my ducks. I was down there just screwing on one of the metal panels that I had taken off to keep the birds that were in there this summer cool. We had some really hot days, so I took a panel off so air could escape, and I had kept the screws, and so I had just put that panel back on for winter. And then I saw all the acorns down there, and that's when I said, you know what? Even though my grandkids gathered some for me, I can gather some. And I had a acorn broom, as some people call it. There's also a name for it, the acorn weasel, and that might just be the brand. But there are like nut gathering mechanical devices to make acorn gathering easier. And not everybody recommends them, but you know me, I'm kind of like a easygoing gal, and it's not going to be as simple for me to sit down and pick up acorns one at a time. Like as I get older, that's not the best way for me. But I knew I had bought two of these acorn brooms and had done a video or two on acorns in the past, and I don't know if my memory was correct or not, and I'll post links to those videos in the description of this one. I actually had a hard time gathering, and my grandkids had tried them while they were here. They were really excited about it, actually. My grandson went, and when he said, "Where are those things, Grandma?" And I said, "It's in the tool shed," he knew where to go and went and got it as soon as I told him that. So they were really excited about the whole acorn thing. Um, so I hadn't done it yet, and I had one in the Terex with me that I had picked up that they had left laying around, and I decided to try it. And so this is from just a little bit of using it, just like pushing it around like you would a broom, right in front of you. Easy, not a whole lot of pressure or anything. It picked up all these acorns. Now it's not indiscriminate. It will pick up rocks. It'll pick up anything the shape of an acorn, and I noticed when I was using it, it did pop the caps off of several of the acorns, but there's like a rock in here. And then I remember from the first time I tried these things, I'm like, okay, I have all these acorns. How do I get them out? And I kind of freaked out a little because I looked on either end of it. There's no little door. And I'm like, surely there would have been a little hatch. And there's not much to it. Like, hello, how do I get them out? Duh. You just part these little wire pieces. You just open them up and drop the acorns out. Simple as can be. I love whoever thought this up. It's just really a very simple tool that does its job well. And so I wanted to share that with y'all if you're of a mind to try to make your own acorn flour. And I went back online to the same video. It's an excellent video on processing acorns called Eating Acorns, and it's by a channel called Insteading, not homesteading, but insteading. And I guess the lady's name is Ren, and she just does an excellent job covering basic acorns, red or white, how you figure out which ones are good or bad, when you want to process them, which I thought was I could just have them sitting around forever. I kind of remembered in her video that she had, acorns sitting around in mason jars, but I thought it was the whole acorns. No, I was wrong. So watching it again, you want to crack these as soon as you can and then dry them. And then you can have them sitting around in mason jars for as long as you want before you do the leaching part. As long as the meat of them is super, super dry, you can let them sit in those jars until you're ready. And she also recommended in that video, and I bought it. I remember buying it, and we actually did a video where, excuse me, my sister Cindy, sister in the faith, Cindy, did a little teaching on that. And it's a Dave built acorn cracker, huge metal machine, not huge, 12 inches tall, but heavy duty metal machine, hand cranked, that will get the meat out of the acorns, will crack the acorns for you. So I was just on a frantic search asking PJ, like, where did we put that? Because after the video I did with Cindy, we didn't have acorns of any kind, of any big numbers for several years. So we put it away somewhere, and now I'm with Pastor Joe, like, where did we keep it? Where did we store it amongst all the other preppy kind of, fruit processors and nut crackers? Where did we put that one? So that's what I'm going to do as soon as I get done with this video. I'm going to go find mine. But like, y'all, if you want to try this to make your own acorn flour, which is tasty and nutritious and free for nothing, here's my recommendations. I liked this. I liked that Dave built cracker, and I liked that video. All right, y'all, I'm going to get after it. Bless you. Shalom.